Alright. Let's see. Are you streaming, my dude? Excellent connection. Alright. Alright. Seems I'm live. So, Advent of Code day 3. Let's see. Let us see. You and the elf eventually reach the gondola lift. Oh, okay. That's called a gondola lift in English. Huh, alright. The gondola lift station. He says gondola lift will take you up to the water source, but this is as far as he can bring you. You go inside. He doesn't take long to find the gondolas. Doesn't take long to find the gondolas, but there seems to be a problem. They are not moving. Ah. Alright, I'm never doing that again. You turn around to see a slightly greasy elf with a wrench and a look of surprise. Sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone. The gondola lift isn't working right now. It'll still be a while before I can fix it. You offer to help. The engineer explains that an engine part seems to be missing from the engine, but nobody can figure out which one. If you can add up all the part numbers in the engineering schematic, it should be easy to work out which part is missing. The engine schematic you're putting input consists of a visual representation of the engine. There are a lot of numbers and symbols you don't really understand, but apparently any number adjacent to a symbol, even diagonally, is a part number. Okay? So this is a symbol, this is a symbol, this is a symbol, adjacent. Is it adjacent in diagonal? Ah, even diagonally. Is a part number and should be included in your sum. Okay? Add up all the part number. Okay. Period do not count as a symbol. Here is an example of a... Alright, that's my example. Let's copy paste this up. What was it? Xclip up into example. Alright. And let's do just a very quick this. Then run. Alright. Here is an example engine schematic. In this schematic, two numbers are not part numbers because they are not adjacent to a symbol. Top right. So those ones are part of it, this one are part of it. This is not part. Ah, so okay. So it's not just the digit, it's a whole number. If like one digit of the number is adjacent to a symbol, alright? Not part because they are not adjacent to a symbol, top right. And so N58, yeah, that makes sense. Every other number is adjacent to a symbol, and so it is a part number. Their sum is okay. Of course, the actual engine is much larger, which is the sum of all of these part numbers. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Boom. Let's first put that in a grid. And let's put this. So for line in strings. I need to import strings. What was it? Split lines iterator, and it takes in a pointer to the string. Okay. And then we do for character in line. So that should give us our matrix. And and to have a number matrix, a matrix of bytes maybe. How do they call it? Schematic. Schematic, okay. Is equal to, I don't know, I don't really need matrix operations, so I guess this can just be a nested dynamic array, which seems simple, of U8. And so here we do append this schematic, and we do dynamic U8 book. Wait, I guess this can just be a string actually. Like, who cares? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, can't I just do split lines instead of split lines iterator, and then I just have the lines, which is actually what I want. Up, and then we can do for line in lines. But here it's just to try it out. Print ln line. And we don't need this. And okay, and of course the pointer is not needed anymore. Yes, it's the same thing. And now we're gonna do a first pass to get the, how do they call it? Part, okay. Parts, positions. I never know when you have when you need to pluralize like a variable name for a list, and you have multiple nouns. Like, do you put s's for all of them, or SS for only the last one? I guess that's a bit stupid. It's always S for all of them, I think. Anyway, and this should be a dynamic list of, I mean, not a list, and a dynamic array, or dynamic slice, I mean, whatever, of, can you do this? Have a tuple. And we do for C and line, and we need to hit the I, and that's gonna be Y, and that's gonna be X. And we do if C is not a dot, and I knew. Let's see, is digit. Yes, there is a Unicode is digit. And not Unicode is, oh, sorry, is digit of C. So then we know that append parts position, and we need to append YX up. And I need to import Unicode like this. 13. That doesn't work. Got expected. I guess maybe you just cannot have a list of tuples. I mean, I don't know if there is even tuples in Odin. I know you can return multiple values, but I guess there is no built-in tuples. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's just do position struct, and y is an int, and x is also an int. Position up, and here we just do I have no clue how to declare a struct, but I guess that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. And we do then for position in parts positions. We do the prints. Is there a default print for like the struct? Let's see. Oh, there is. That's nice. So let's see the example to see if that's correct. 1 and 3, so that's correct, and then 3 and 6, that seems correct as well, and 4 and 3, that's correct. Okay. Then we're gonna iterate over this position, and we're gonna go over all the adjacent square. Huh. Let's see. I can do for. Let's see the Y mod. Okay, I'm gonna not use my weird abbreviation. Y modifier in. I saw you could do this in Odin, which is this to this, and that means from -1 to 1 inclusive, I think. Let's see, because I've never used this, but I cannot. Yes, that's right. And then X modifier. I don't really like having 1,000 loops like this nested, but whatever. And so we're gonna do if position Y, let's just say I know in Julia there is like this offset array thing, offset off by thing, offset. Because I mean, yeah, what I mean is there is often this pattern where you have a grid and you want to know the adjacent square or like know like the neighboring square or whatever, and you always need to do these kinds of double loop, and also always need to bound check before if it's like a negative number or it's like over the size of the array. And in Julia there is a thing where if it's like when you use the indexing operator of this offset array, it like automatically goes to 0 or something. Julia offset array. Let's see. Oula. Apparently it comes from Fortran. I mean, I'm just curious. Huh? I know there isn't probably this in Odin, but yeah. And then you do -1. I guess you have a larger matrices, and then inside of this you have a. Like you say that your offset array is only part of it. Maybe, I'm not sure. Actually, I could do this. Or in my lines, I do. I wonder if that would be convenient. Probably not. Probably not. I was wondering if I can maybe add a line of padding at the top, at the bottom, and on the side, but yeah, that's just over-engineering. Let's just write the condition. let's just do y is equal to position y plus y modifier, and x is position x plus x modifier. And so that's gonna do, and we need to, if x equal to 0 and y modifier is equal to 0, we just do a continue. Because we don't care about the current square, obviously. We just want the adjacent one, and so if y is greater than 0 and y is below len lines, and x is greater than 0 and x is below len lines 0, so that's okay. So we have a valid index, and then we get adjacent character. Adjacent is equal to lines, and then y, and then x. And let's just do this for maybe one position to test it out. And let's do fmt println adjacent. Yes, but I'm printing like, can I do char to print? There is no char. Ah, yes, it's called, it's in UTF-8, so it's a rune. Okay, so let's see, in the example, so it should be the first position, so this one, so it should be, there is a 3, 5, but there is not the 7, which is annoying. So it's dot dot 3, 5, dot dot 3, 5. 3, 5, and then dot. So it didn't do the first line. Which is a bit strange. Let's print the position. Position is 1, 3, so it should be 0. And yes, but okay. Let's be greater of or equal, obviously. Now we get all of them. That's really nice. And we do if adjacent, and again Unicode is digit adjacent. Then we need a loop on the line to get all the adjacent digit to this one. This is a lot of loops nested, but it's not a big program, so it's okay. Then we know it's a number, and we need to... The problem is we are gonna... Since 3 and 5 are adjacent, but we don't want 35 2 times, we only want 35 1 time. We want like a list of already visited cells, maybe. How do I do this? I can obviously do like yeah, that's a lot of loops. We could do like the while loop is also a for, just like in Go. Actually, we could move this to there. And I'm guessing I can do some kind of stuff like this. Maybe make it slightly cleaner. Wonder if that compiles. No, it does not. It wants probably like this. Otherwise it cannot know. Oh, never mind, that doesn't work either. Does it want parentheses in that case? No, it does not want this. Wonder how you do multi-line. Oh, okay. What did I do? Ah, yes. And that's useless. Yeah, yes, adjacent. So up, 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 up. Cannot assign value of the Pewit. Ah, yes, and it needs to be a rune. Alright. Can we break this condition? Yes, we can. So we know that the we know it's a bit weird to have them indented like this. Can't we do something like this? Oh well, because it looks like a new line of like it looks like it's part of the code anyway. Anyway, expect an operator. Sorry, I'm just trying out if you can have this. Yes, you can. Can I have this then? Tuk, this and this and this. Yes, okay. It's a bit better. I can just do for I in I don't know, from 0 to the end of the world, I guess. No, it can start at like so it's only in this direction, so it's only x that we want to modify, so it can go from x to the length of line 0, so that's the width. And we also need to go in the other direction where we go from 0 to x. From 0 to x, but we don't want to go from 0 to x, we want to go from x to 0. And so Odin has a reverse to do the opposite, and let's print that to check that it works. Reverse is not supported with ranges, prefer an explicit loop with init conditions and post argument. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Is equal to 0 while... No, it's equal to x while I is different than 0. Wait, no, you actually want greater than -1. A plus equals 1. Yes. No, that one is fine, but it needs to be like this. That's like an exclusive range, and this was an inclusive range. Reverse can be applied for S or for in statements. That's what I did. Huh. Maybe he just wasn't happy that. So it's from X to 0. Actually, do I need to reverse this? I don't. I do not need this, and again, but that one is an inclusive range. But we want to start at also x plus 1. Maybe x is fine. I don't print anything. That's annoying. Oh, I am. So... Oh, that's strange. So it starts with 2, 3, 4. Which would be this, and then 2, 3, 4, and then it goes up until then. But yeah, okay. But I want if lines y I if not Unicode is digit. We want to stop when it stops being a digit. So we want to capture all the adjacent digit to the digit that is adjacent to the part. So we want to break the loop as soon as we hit a non-digit. Let's see. Cannot assign. Yes, that's a bit annoying. Can I do just C is equal to this, and then here we use C and yes, I cannot use C, it's not the same. Oh well, let's just... Can't I just iterate over runes instead of iterating over U8 strings rune 700 bytes buffer strings, let's see, so strings and then rune index pop rune count builder init clone from C string bounded. Is there a iterator? So there is a split iterator, and is there like a rune iterator? Right, split, truncate, right string. That's weird because like literally in the first example of Odin, so there is a program, and then he does a for loop on it, and it is actually runes. So that's a bit strange. That's a bit strange. But I don't do a for loop, I index on them. But I know it's strange that for loops would be over runes, but indexing would be over bytes. Maybe I'm not understanding something about the strings. String type. Repeater plus len, that's fine. By runes, okay. By byte. String length is in bytes, and when you index them, it It's bytes. Okay. Iteration through runes is preferred since odd strings are UTF-8. Most commonly will be addressed by byte if they do output index in bytes. Okay, so can I index with runes instead of bytes? So there is conversion. Let's see. Index. Yeah, but that's. Yeah, I guess there is a index rune, but yeah, that's to like search a rune. Oh well, who cares? That's fine. That's fine for now. Okay. So it did 2, 2, 3, 3. Why is it 2, 2? I guess it's maybe for this one, and then 3 is for that one. I'm a bit confused. Yes. Let's before, after. I wonder if, like, I guess ranges maybe cannot be descending. Let's try it out. For x, I in 10 till 0. Let's see. I particle fmt. And then run file t.odin. Yes, that's what I did. Oh, okay. He wants first t.odin and then file. That's strange. Invalid range interval. Okay, so I cannot do this. And if I have like an x which is 10, I guess there won't be a compile error, but it will. Okay. Okay, so I do need from 0 until x, but we don't really want the x, and here it's somewhat similar. It is somewhat similar. I guess it's x plus 1. But here we want indeed the reverse. Up. Ah, fuck's sake. Okay. But what if this was like a constant? Still doesn't work. Oh well, I'll just do my manual loop like a good boy. So it's from x minus 1 while I is greater or equal to 0, I minus equal 1. Yes. Okay. So let's also just do like a println to check which part it belongs to. Maybe that wasn't the smartest delimiter. So, I guess it's for this one, the 7 here, it does 1, then 0, which is perfect. And then it goes to after, and after is 3, which I guess is for this one. So that's 2, that's 3. And then it goes on the 5, and it sees that before there is a 3. So okay, we know all the position of the adjacent one. But now, because yeah, here for example, oh, boom, 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 boop, boop. Here we see that it's going over the 3 and the 5 2 times. So we either have an already visited list. Yeah, I think already visited is good. Visited, and it's a dynamic list of positions. And we do... Can we do it here, like ignore the adjacent number if it has already been visited? Or do we need to do it here? I think it's safe to do it here. And not, I don't know, I guess there is some kind of contains method, I'm not sure. Visited position y x. Is there contains let's see. Contains. Oops. Oh, it's just an in. Okay. I guess that works on lists. Let's see. If and there is also an not in. That's not a member used for bitset and fuck, it doesn't work for it does not work for lists. I mean, I guess I can just make it a map with an empty value, which is equivalent to a set, and then I can use this. Otherwise, is there like colony also contains no? I mean, let's try it. Maybe it happens to work. Not in visited. Does that compile? No, it does not. Let's make it a map. Wait, I have no clue. Never used the map thing in Odin. Map. Maps. Alright. So you just make like this. Okay, it's very similar to Go. And also I always forget that so it's a position. How do I make? Can I make here like an empty struct? Make like this. Does that compile? Oh, it does. That's nice. And so position machin. And we can do visited this. Do you work in Odin in your day job? Absolutely not. What is the tooling of around Odin, linter and whatnot? I have no clue. I've been using it for 3 days. So yeah, I saw there is a language server already, so that's nice. OLS it's called. Yeah. So I'm planning on installing that. Although I mean, you have to like build it manually. I mean, it's fine. Huh? And it's supported by NeoVim. NeoVim LSP config something. And here I saw that there is like OLS somewhere. Oh, yes, here. You can have the language server integration. I don't know how good the language server is, but if it can do auto-completion, it's good enough for me. And also errors, compiler errors. But linters, I don't know. Is there maybe, since it's very similar to Go, there is maybe Odin FMT by any chance? Nope. Oh, but there is like Odin check. Odin check. Can I do this? Okay. But can I do like make an error and then Odin check? Okay. So I guess that could be used for a language server. There is also built-in text, documentation generation. Print information useful for reporting a bug. Odin reports useful information. Oh, okay. That's for yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. There is probably Odin formatter. Odin serializer, Odin code formatter. Let's see. So it's a closed issue. Simplify. Yes. When was it fixed? Odin FMT already being worked on with your Odin FMT. Okay, so there seems to be a formatter. Breaks code if so maybe it's integrated into the language server somehow. VS Code. Let's see, NeoVim. I'm actually curious about this myself, but oh, there is an Odin FMT.json. No clue how you run it though, huh? But yeah, maybe later today I'll try to install this and see if there is a formatter. Ah, yes. Is it the Odin FMT that I just saw, or is there something better? I don't know. For advent of code, to be honest, code formatting doesn't matter too much, but so right now it's fine. Up. And I can just do equals to nothing. Does that work? It does. That's cool. And we can do if or position. It's y I in visited. Oop. So it looks like a fun coding language. Yeah. I mean, I've been using it for 3 days, as I said, but I like a lot the C programming language, and I like Go, although I've written more C than Go. But yeah, C is very old and you're missing like some features to it, and also sometimes it's a bit messy, but so far Odin seems to be great at like feeling like C, but modern. So yeah, hopefully it keeps being that way. And yeah, I've like my only disappointment with Golang in that regard is when you really need to go like a bit more bare metal. I mean, I don't know, not really bare metal, but like starting to do stuff with SIMD and such, where you go or stuff with memory, like since Golang as a garbage collector, it's a bit tricky sometimes to really know how the performance can be impacted. But yeah, Odin has a lot of like lower level stuff that seems somewhat easy. So for example, I recommend just reading the overview, but there is built-in bit sets. I've never seen this. And there is also, what was the cool? Yes, SOA data types. So you can make array of structures, and just by doing a little hashtag SOA in front of a list, and then it's automatically SIMD optimized for you when you do operations, I guess. Maybe that wasn't it, but or there is a built-in matrix type, which I would guess is very useful in doing simulations or stuff like this. And also, I mean, this is more syntax than anything, but like in Golang, you often have to do like you have your value and then error, and then often you do if error is different than nil, returns the error. But in Odin, just like in Rust or whatever, you have the or return, where if there is an error, it's automatically going to return, and you don't have to have like 3 lines to check if there is an error. So that's neat, but yeah. So far it seems nice. But yeah, I've never seen anybody else using that language, so there isn't a lot of documentation. Although the official documentation is great so far. What was I doing? Yes, this as well. But for this one, and now we should only expected one expression, expected a statement got in. Let's see. Is it this? Is it this? Does it not like that I use a do here? Uh, 43, 81, 43, 81. It's weird because it works here, but not here. When in doubt, put it in parentheses. Alright, parentheses for the win. I did not understood that, but whatever. I guess the or. Do I need parentheses if it's an and? Is it like precedence garbage? No, it's not. Okay, I don't know. I do not know why that failed, but okay. Boom. And so now we only have before those two, so that's nice. And here, when it's here, it only checks the 5, but when it's in the 5, it just doesn't do anything, which is what I want. Now we need to do. We need to build the number up from the digits we found. And we are going to do num is let's say 0, I guess, or maybe not. Can we have num equal to this, and the little C trick to convert this to an int, but I want this to be an int, not an unsigned something. Maybe it can be a uint. Otherwise it could overflow, since it would, I guess, be a byte by default. Ah yes. Do I need to explicitly convert this or will it understand it? It won't. So you ints like this, and then I do not need this. Right. And here, since that's in that direction, so it's we do, if we find this, we do num times 10, and then num plus equals again uint lines y I minus 0. Okay, and in this case it's the opposite. Oh, not really. No, we just don't multiply it, but we do plus, and then we do I don't know, I would have to do this times 10 to the power of the number of digits that is in num. But yeah, that's a bit annoying to do. Is there like a count digit thing very quickly? Otherwise I'll just make num a string for now and then convert it with Atoy. Looks like it would be good for dealing with data-intensive tasks. Yeah, indeed. I'm not sure what you mean by data-intensive task. If you mean like more machine learning stuff, I guess yeah. You could if you could make a NumPy like library with this for data processing. Or yes, just crunching a lot of numbers. I think it would be really good for that. But it's not just that it would be good for that, but in an easier way than C. I mean, as far as I can tell so far. Yeah, I think after the advent of code, I will use it for maybe a small video game or something like this to really try it out. But first, we need to learn the basics and have a bit of fun. What was I going to do? Ah yes, count digit. No, it's definitely not in strings. Can I do counts? Yeah, I really like in the documentations, they should put that everywhere, that you have like a dynamic fuzzy finder where you don't have to press enter or shit like this. And it's very clean. Strings count, byte count, math. Yeah, oh, there is a SIMD package. Although, yeah, it's nice because like this, for example, those kind of stuff in C, you would have to use the MM254 garbage. I mean, not garbage, but like it's very annoying to read, you know, like git, what was it? N body. And then don't remember where I put this. I think yes, alright. This is what like in C SIMD programming looks like. This is yeah. Not the greatest, let's say. Yeah, compared to like I think this is the original, and yeah, just having better names for the functions would be a great addition. Alright, I'm getting distracted. Let's clamp seal. What was I doing? Core was looking for a small number library. Hash image IO math. That looks like a math thing, maybe. Oh, there is fixed precision number, maybe. That's cool as well. Oh, there is linear algebra. There is like the common matrices type. There is quaternions built in as well. Anyway, rand mem net. Alright, fuck it. Let's just make it a string. Let's just make it a string. Can I get a string from like a byte? Can I? 49. So here it would be insert at 0. Forgot what the insert at looks like. Insert at. It's just insert. Insert. It's not called insert. It's next to the append section. This is the first I have ever heard of Odin. Just search on it. Yeah, well, yeah, people do the advent of code in a lot of weird languages, so it's not surprising that you can discover new languages that way. But now it's on my own. Gonna check some more too. Yeah, it really looks nice. And I don't know, I looked at a couple of interviews from the creator of the language, called Ginger Bill, I think. And yeah, he has some interesting takes on programming languages and so on. So you could check out his YouTube channel maybe. Inject, yes, it's called inject at. Inject at, and what was the syntax? Just array, position, and element. Okay. Oh, but that's not. Huh. That's a string. I wonder if that works with a string as well. Just need to go like this. Does that work? It does not, because it's still there. It doesn't work. Ah yes, it needs to be. Maybe I can just do num is equal to. Let's do instead this plus. No. Does that work? Cannot cast the string from. Ah yes, that's unfortunate. Can we do this as a U8 array? And oh, this is so scuffed. This is so scuffed. I'm going to hell for this, but whatever. Okay, so it doesn't work. All right, let's make it an array. Oh, fuck's sake. Dynamic U8 of this. And now there is indeed the inject at num 0, 0, and the lines. Yep, alright. Have fun, data metal machine. Inject at num lines. And here it's just an append. And I need to defer delete num. And I think here as well defer delete parts position, since Odin doesn't have garbage collection. So you have to free like in C, but it's very easy with the defer keyword. I can run this, okay. And then I would like to finally print ln the num, which is not really a num. And I need this to be rules, I guess. I guess I can put this as an int and then do minus this every time. I cannot assign value of type uint to int. You have to convert it. That's unfortunate, but that's fine. Still. Okay, so 764 and then 5-3 and then 5. Oh, why is there 5? Yes, I need to add this to here, and that's not x, it's I, and that's I. Okay, that's what we want. Yes, but then we need to num. I wonder if there is a built-in reverse. And declare name reverse. How do I reverse an array? Reverse. Or reverse. Reverse sort. I guess it's fine. We can just do 4 digits in num. And let's rename num to num. No, let's just say digits. Oh. Yes, num to digits up. And here num is equal to 0. And here we want to reverse, since we want to go from this end to this end, and we do num plus equal digit, and that's an int or uint, that's fine as well. And we do num times equals 10, and then fmt print ln num. I cannot do this, but it's strange that I cannot do this, huh? Yeah, it's fine. Let's just do uint here, because it should be able. It's weird that it doesn't automatically cast up, like if you have like a uint type that goes into a uint. Since a uint is larger, it should like be safe to automatically cast it up, I feel like. But yeah, that's fine, I guess. Can I remove this? I cannot. Up. That is great, except for the part where I need to put this here so that I don't add an extra 0 at the end. Alright, and we have exactly what we want. Now, let's remove the break and see if we can pick up all the correct numbers. Tac, 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 that's nice. Oh, 58 no. That's correct, that's correct, that's correct, that's... Oh, yep. Seems like we have everything we want, and then we do sum is equal to 0, and we do sum plus equal num, and at the very bottom we do... it's gonna be a mess for the part 2 to untangle all those fucking loops, but oh well. I wonder if there is a cleaner way of like doing... you know, there is languages where you can have like loop this way, but oh well. Oh well, oh well. Part 1 sum. I cannot do this apparently. Need to be you. There like a you like in C. There is not. Okay. You isn't. Maybe that's for the better. 4,000. Let's see. Is that correct? 4,003. That is correct. Let's see. Let's get the input. Up. Xclip into input, and then let's remove this, and here input. Let's see if my code is good. Yay! Alright. Part 2. Let's clear this. And apparently I didn't test the defer delete before, but it works as well. Maybe I need that to defer delete instead. Yeah, I'm getting a bit careless with the memory leak since it's a one-time executable. The engineer finds the missing part and installs it in the engine. As the engine springs to life, you jump in the closest gondola, finally ready to ascend to the water source. You don't seem to be going very fast though, maybe something is still wrong. Fortunately, the gondola has a phone labeled help, so you pick it up and the engineer answers. Before you can explain the situation, she suggests that you look out the window. There stands the engineer holding a phone in one hand and waving with the other. You're going so slowly that you haven't even left the station. You exit the gondola. The missing part wasn't the only issue. One of the gears in the engine is wrong. A gear is any star symbol that is adjacent to exactly 2 part numbers. Its gear ratio is the result of multiplying those 2 numbers together. So gear that is adjacent to exactly 2 part numbers. Okay, so it would be this and this. This we don't care, and then this we don't care, and then this, this, and this. Okay, that seems easy enough. We just have a counter and a check for the star. Its gear ratio is the result of multiplying those 2 numbers together. That's fine. This time you need to find the gear ratio of every gear and add them all up so that the engineer can figure out which gear needs to be replaced. Still same example. In this schematic there are 2 gears. The first is in the top left, this part is and the second gear is in the lower right. This gear ratio is the is not a gear because it is only adjacent to 1 part number. Yeah, he's talking about this one. Alright. This shouldn't be too hard, I think. So we have parts position, but we need gears, positions, and then same delete. Gears, position, and we can do if c is equal to a star. We can do a do append. Oh, tick. Gears positions to this. Alright, so now we have the position of all the gears, and let's print that. Gears, I cannot spell gears. Oh, yes, I'm still using the input. My bad. Up. Example. Up. So, let's show the example one more time. 1, 3, 4, 3, and 8, 5. Yeah, that sounds good. Up. And now it's only 2 numbers, so I guess if there is like 3 or 1, it's not good. Okay. So for this position, so I need to count that there is 2 of them, and here it's when we found it, so we do gear number count plus equals to 1, and I guess gear number count here it's equal to 0. I don't really like mixing the part 1 and part 2 together, but I think it's easier in this case. I'm going brain dead, I think. Plus 1 up, and so here we need a new sum gears still equals to 0, and here we do if gear gear number count is equals to 2. Yes, but that's an issue because we need to store the previous number also. And if it's equal to 3, we need to not do this. Can we do gear numbers like this, which will be again dynamic array of uints. Delete gear numbers. Up. And we just do that we do we care? Maybe we care about the gear count. No, actually we don't. Since it's just gonna be the length of that one. And we do here if so it's just position. If lines position y, so that's the original character. I mean, we can do the same trick here where it's map instead of this to get a set position like this and of an empty struct. And we just do, instead of append, we do this is equal to an empty struct. Oh no, just this. And we do if position in gears position. We do gear numbers and then we append to gear numbers the num. Okay, and let's just print gear numbers. Here I think fmt print ln gear numbers. That doesn't not worry to variable. Ah yes, I need to make it. I never understood what's the difference between like this kind of stuff and just make. I guess this like creates a. It's just like calling make with 0, maybe. But I don't know why for map you have to explicitly make it. Okay, so I think that's exactly what we want. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, and so we do. But I wonder why there is like a bunch of empty lists. Ah, yes, because it's just not a gear. Okay. And if it's not a gear, it will always be 0, so it's fine. And we do if gear numbers len is equal to 2. We do gear some gears plus equal